Hi there, I'm Robert, living in West Helena, Arkansas, and today we will be covering the evolution of horror films. Horror films is a spooky genre, but yet has made a huge impact in the history of motion picture films, from the classic 1931 Dracula to the early 2000 horror films like Scream and Jeepers Creepers. This genre is creepy, but yet entertaining to horror films fans. Dating back to the 19th century, the first recognized horror film made by George Méliès, called The House of the Devil. The film features supernatural elements like ghosts and animated skeletons, which a lot of horror films still copy to this day, like 13 Ghosts and Poltergeist. There is also many different types of horror films. Some has monsters and creepy psychopaths, while others may have killer toys. One of my favorite films is Chucky, known as Child's Play, a story of a killer criminal who transferred his soul into a bodyguard doll, creating the killer doll we all know as Chucky. This film was first presented in 1988. Westworld was known as the first horror film to use CGI back in 1973. Westworld featured the first 3D CGI, which had a strong horror connection with its terrifying animated hands and faces. Horror movies became able to more freely depict violent films like Texas Chainsaw Massacre and Halloween that ushered in slashers, which dominated the 1980s with films like Friday the 13th and Nightmare on Elm Street. Horror films has evolved significantly since their establishment, reflecting changes in society, technology, audience, and preferences. This genre has transitioned from silent films to modern psychological thrillers, showcasing a variety of themes and styles. Horror movies has transformed dramatically over the decades, from cheap thrills to sophisticated storytelling that reflect society's deepest fears. This documentary explores the evolution of horror, iconic films that defines each era, and how generations continue to reinvent itself for modern audience. And that's a wrap. Thank you for watching my week 4 final project. I'm Robert, and this is the evolution of horror film.